bridge breakdown. We continue our coverage of the sudden closure of the westbound side of the Washington Bridge. It's caused commuting chaos as drivers seek alternate routes through Providence and East Providence. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Kalunian.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. And now we're digging deeper into photos released today of the deterioration that RIDOT Director Peter Alviti says could have led to a catastrophic failure. We have live team coverage again tonight. 12 News reporter Matt Paddock is in East Providence, where the city council called an emergency meeting following gridlock throughout the city today.
But first, let's head out to Kayla Fish live in Providence to break down the inspection report. Kayla?
Well, Kim and Shannon, this emergency inspection report came after an engineer who was working on the bridge and who RIDOT tells us wishes to remain anonymous flagged structural issues on Friday. That led to what Director Alviti called an intense analysis, which ultimately deemed the bridge was in imminent danger of failing, and keeping it open could put people's lives at risk. Steel rods sheared and rusted, gaps between major support beams. These new images released by RIDOT showing damage engineers discovered on critical parts of the westbound side of the Washington Bridge. The bridge, built in the 1960s, is one of thousands that had been deemed structurally deficient by the DOT.
And when they get to the end of their useful life, as this one is, the deterioration can accelerate. And that's what happened with this bridge.
On each side of the bridge, there are 8 pins, steel rods that hold major beams in place. RIDOT Director Peter Alviti says 6 out of 8 of them were fractured or in disrepair.
Over the weekend, they did an intense investigation of all of the other components of this bridge, and they found other deficiencies that were happening in a kind of a cascading way on this bridge structure.
The report also notes that inspectors observed steel rods and beams known as cantilevers bouncing as drivers passed above them.
Old structures tend to fail more rapidly once they begin to go, and in this case, between our inspectors and our construction engineers caught it before it became a catastrophe.
The closure of the bridge creating a different kind of catastrophe, crippling travel in and around East Providence. As engineers work to repair the westbound side, crews are converting 2 lanes of traffic on the eastbound side of the bridge so they can carry westbound traffic. That process will take about 2 weeks, while the process to fix the westbound side of the bridge itself is expected to take at least 3 months. And giving you a live look now at 195 East as RIDOT crews continue working on that temporary fix to allow westbound traffic to flow once again. But as we mentioned, that means 2 lanes of 195 East are now closed. So if your morning commute this morning was smooth sailing on the eastbound side of the highway, it may not be the case tomorrow with those 2 lanes closed. Director Alviti is urging businesses to allow people to work from home if they can. He's also urging people to maybe postpone deliveries, businesses to overnight hours or non-peak travel hours in an effort to reduce the amount of vehicles on these highways. We're live in Providence tonight. I'm Kayla Fish, 12 News.
Kayla, thank you. And looking ahead to tomorrow, when East Providence schools will be doing virtual learning after the mayor says multiple school buses were stuck in traffic for hours. Mayor Bob DeSilva announced the switch about an hour after the city dismissed students early today to try and get them home. He says the superintendent ultimately made the decision to go remote, though she has not made a decision about Thursday yet.
Meanwhile, St. Mary Academy Bayview, a private school in East Providence, announced tonight that they're starting Christmas break early tomorrow instead of virtual learning.
The East Providence City Council says the impacts from the bridge closure have been so disruptive, they're reaching out to the state for help, even considering asking that the National Guard be deployed.
12 News reporter Matt Paddock was at the council's emergency meeting tonight and joins us live with what happened. Matt?
Kim, Shannon, some of the drivers I spoke with tonight say their evening commute was a nightmare as East Providence leaders try to navigate what they call utter chaos in their community.
It's been a nightmare.
Well, a couple words, hopefully once in a lifetime.
Traffic trauma in East Providence.
This is not good for me right now.
As hundreds, if not more, gridlocked and at a standstill for hours on end.
I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 6 to 8. I get out of work at 245.
The East Providence City Council addressing the issue Tuesday night.
We have a deadlocked community.
Calling an emergency meeting to discuss ways to help those throughout the Townie community.
Public safety is number one. Getting people to work. Getting people home after work.
The City Council voicing several major concerns. First, urging motorists to follow traffic detours.
Please do not try to use various side streets because you are just bottlenecking the rest of the city.
Over the past 24 hours, East Providence has added 35 detail officers. The East Providence police chief telling the council by noon they'd responded to 20 crashes. That number is growing. And the council says they may need to ask the state to deploy the National Guard for assistance.
We averted one of the potential major disasters that could have been seen in this nation.
When it comes to small businesses, many are still struggling from the pandemic.
We had businesses then that to this day haven't recovered. Many of them today had to just shut their doors. They sat there was no access to them.
And for those who live in EP like Richard Lebrecq, putting food on the table is a necessity.
At this pace, I'm probably another hour and a half, 2 hours before I get home.
So 4 hours to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, with a toddler. 2 miles down the road. A normal day, 5 minutes each way.
Mayor De Silva's team confirmed that Governor Dan McKee will be touring the city tomorrow to get a first-hand look at the impact from that closure. And speaking of closures, any local business that has been impacted by this are asked to reach out to the number at the bottom of your screen. I'm going to toss it now to Chief Meteorologist Tony Petracca, who has the latest on travel conditions. Hey, Tony.
Hi, Matt. Looking much better, and no surprise at 11 o'clock at night, the evening rush is well behind us, and these travel times much better. I mean, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. For example, 195 West State Line to the Henderson Detour speeds about 31 miles per hour, and travel time only running at about 10 minutes. We'll show you 195. This is the Mass Rhode Island State Line, so this is westbound. So these cars traveling westbound, you will get detoured shortly before approaching, obviously, the Washington Bridge. Eastbound side is moving freely as well. You know, dry roads, good visibility, so that's the upside with all of this. And you can see some of the travel times here. For instance, 195 eastbound State Line to the Bragger Bridge, only 13 minutes with the travel speeds at about 56 miles per hour. So looking good now. Unfortunately, that won't be the case early tomorrow morning.